In my last video, I shared some interesting viewpoints from myself and Precious Fro about trimming or natural hair. I also shared screenshots of the negative comments indigenous strands receive on a regular, despite being one of the naturals with the longest hair and, in my opinion, thick healthy hair, simply because she just doesn't trim her hair. In today's video though, I want to give you guys the reason why indigenous strands doesn't trim her hair, not from me but from a video she did a while ago, so you guys will have a better understanding on why she does this, because I know a lot of you might be curious, especially because she's one of the naturals with the longest hair. I mean, not every day we see someone with knee length hair, and that's exactly why we want to know why she's doing this and why is it working for her despite it being an unorthodox thing to do in the natural hair community.
So do I trim my hair? No, I have not trimmed my hair in about 7 years. The last time I trimmed it, I don't know why I trimmed it. Actually, I did it twice. I did the first time I lived with my mom's when I was younger, and I just went to town. I don't know why I did it. I don't know. And the second time, I was like, is my hair growing? I don't know. So I just start cutting, because that's what we're told to do. Your hair is not growing, maybe your ends are messed up, so trim it and you're good. And I cut like a good 4 inches off, and I'm just like, why did I do that? But yeah, so no, I don't trim my hair. Now, I don't manipulate my hair a lot. As you guys can see, my hair is always like this, and I ain't changing it for nobody, okay? Unless I do like a twist out, which I have that video, so I'll link it below if you haven't seen that video. But I do wear my hair in twist outs every now and again. But before I had my daughter, I just wore my hair in twist outs literally all the time. That's the only style I really wear my hair in. And after my daughter, you know, you don't really have time like you used to pre-baby, so you do what you can. And now I just primarily wear my hair in twists. I don't do too much. I don't manipulate it a lot. I don't, you know, put tons and tons of different products in it. I'm not a product junkie.
Let's pause a quick minute here, guys. So basically 7 years ago, she trimmed her hair because she believed it was the best solution in kickstarting her hair growth. However, she quickly regretted doing that. I know the saying all too well, and I know a lot of you watching and listening right now do too. It is, if your hair is not growing, trim your ends. I do believe if your ends are really damaged, it could be a possibility why your hair is stuck. Yes, because they have become even weaker and break off a lot easier, which can keep you in a tough cycle of growing and losing what you grow. But we should all know by now that there are multiple other factors that can stunt your hair growth, like how healthy you are on the inside, stress, what medications you're taking currently, and the list goes on. So trimming your ends isn't always the solution to stunted hair growth, and in cases like indigenous strands where you hardly manipulate your hair and seldom wear it out, I think trimming isn't really necessary, because it's not like you are doing anything to cause significant damage to your hair. What I would personally suggest is maybe like the search and destroy method to get rid of any individual splits and knots you see on your strands, and maybe dusting on a monthly basis to keep your ends toned. The good thing about dusting is that you'll not be taking off a chunk of your hair like trimming, and if you do it regularly, it can prevent you having to cut off a lot of your hair in the future. And on a serious note, guys, I don't believe that if our hair is not looking like this or even this, we should be taking off 4 to 6 or even 8 inches of our hair every 3 to 6 months, or however often we trim. Anyways, let's hear the rest of what Indigenous Strands has to say.
It's just not me. And that's another thing. When it comes to your hair, you have to be proud. You have to have a sense of self-awareness, and not all your family is going to agree, and not all your family is going to like it, or your friends or your spouses should be the one that's like, you're beautiful no matter what. But everybody is not going to like it, and everybody's not going to accept it. But that is okay. That is a part of loving yourself and not caring what another person thinks. And I think that's a thing that I have. I could care less about what anybody thinks of me, or about my hair is what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm me, I've always been me, and I'm always gonna be me, and that's just it. I don't like changing for people, to change for anybody. You should just be yourself authentically and do the things that make you happy and rock your natural hair with confidence, because at the end of the day, it's your hair. It's hair that is bothered, untouched, and it's something that grows directly from your body, and you know, it's a part of you, it's a part of who you are. So I'm a big believer on just leaving it how it is and accepting it. Now if you want to, like I said, if you want to do whatever you want to your hair, that's fine, but do those things while still knowing that who you are organically is beautiful. So that's my message. So no, I do not trim my hair. So
now you know why Indigenous Strands doesn't trim her hair. She prefers her hair to be as it is in its real and authentic state. She no longer believes in messing with it and trying to get it to look any other way than it naturally grows or becomes. I think the reason why her hair is still growing and thriving though, despite her not sharing the same view on trimming as the majority of naturals, is because of three main reasons. The first reason I would say is her confidence. She accepts her hair the way it is and pours genuine love into it. She doesn't allow her mind to be poisoned by negativity towards her hair. She wears it proudly and teaches others boldly how to do the same, irrespective of what their hair looks like. The second reason I would say is she sees her hair from a spiritual level. To her, her hair is not just dead cells sitting on her head, but it's a part of her being. It's a part of what signifies her power, her strength, her resilience, her glory as a woman. So she's mindful of how she speaks about it and how she treats it, and even who she allows to see and touch it. Thirdly and finally, she's been natural for all her life, so she has figured out what works for her. And like I always say, guys, once you figured that out, you practically have the key to growing your hair to any length possible for you. And this basically wraps up the video, guys. I hope you watched the last video and you find it interesting. Please remember, guys, to always like and share the videos if you find them helpful or you learn anything from them. It's a small thing to do, but it's a big favor to me. So please, guys, please just help me out by doing those things. And if you didn't get a chance to watch the previous video before watching this one, you can always go back and watch that video. I'll leave the link to that video in the description, so if you don't know what video I'm talking about, you can just access it from there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you in the next video, God's will. Bye.